At the 2016 Paralympic Games,
He's looking to entertain the crowd now and put on a show. You know he loves being the center of attention.
Boise State alumnus Roderick Townsend stole the stage in Rio.
When it comes to these medals, I'm so selfish.
Roderick Townsend Roberts, his first entry into the high jump. There you go.
My favorite memory, man, in Rio, my favorite track memory ever, actually. They literally stopped the whole track meet because I was jumping.
Oh, he's done it again.
He willingly entertained thousands
Townsend Roberts is a class above everyone else.
and joyfully dominated his competition.
Townsend Roberts gets the gold.
In his Paralympic debut, the 23-year-old won gold in both the long jump and high jump events.
I mean, I had 20,000 people out there, all eyes on me. It definitely lit a fire that still hasn't been able to be put out.
Solidifying his status as one of the best athletes in the world.
For myself, when I was able to stand on that podium for the first time, man, the emotions just came rushing through. My mom is the first person that came to mind, man, and she had to make so many sacrifices to be able to get me to where I was at. And that was the first moment in time where I felt like, man, I've finally done justice to all the sacrifices that she's made.
If you can't already tell, in order to fully understand him, you need to know more about her, Roderick's mother, Mary.
Growing up, I always look at my life as just a small chapter of my mom's. She was a young 15-year-old girl, 4.0 GPA, enrolled in all honors courses in high school. And this is someone who is homeless, who, you know, is growing up in a community that's infested with drugs, violence, and so many other things. So she's already overcoming the odds, and she gets pregnant with me.
The circumstances were far from ideal, and so was Roderick's birth.
At birth, the umbilical cord was wrapped around my neck. And in order to save me, the doctor had to break my collarbone and dislocate my shoulder, which is actually a pretty common procedure. However, in doing so, all the nerves in my brachial plexus were damaged, resulting in limited range of motion in my right arm. So I have limited strength. I can't fully straighten it or lift it up above my head.
With his mom serving as his main motive,
Immediately into the lead. 2:06 is season's best.
Roderick eventually grew to be 6 feet 6 inches tall, with athleticism easy for the eye to comprehend. And on the inside was the makings of a man that was built to beat adversity.
It's definitely a disability, and I think that it's something that I've been able to embrace. I look at so many of the obstacles and roadblocks in my life, and I think that to deny that it's a disability would do all the hard work I've put in an injustice.
Following 2 years at junior college, Roderick accepted a scholarship at Boise State. But his drive and passion to succeed doesn't stop at his own successes.
For myself, I've always wanted to be to somebody what I would have liked to have growing up.
Dallas Wise was identified by another college coach.
When Roderick arrives in Tokyo, he will see a familiar face in the infield. Earlier this year, while working as a voluntary coach at the University of Louisville, he spotted a recruiting video of South Carolina native Dallas Wise.
I talked to the kid and I found out he has the same exact disability as I do. As soon as I made that contact, I got him in touch with all the people at US Paralympics. I got him in touch with, you know, the contact that he needed to. And now this kid is going to Tokyo right along with me in the high jump and the long jump.
Ranks in the top 10 in the world in the high jump and the long jump.
Further proof that Roderick's medal is far more impressive than his medals.
I could have easily, if I wanted to, said, I don't have a disability. I don't want to do Paralympics. That's a person that I would have never met. That's a life that I would have never been able to be a part of changing. And there's so much positivity that comes from that. And it just comes down to us being humble enough to admit where we fall short.
Wow. Yeah. Humble and confident, though.
Yeah, and caring and giving. Incredible story that he was able to share with us. This is really a cool story because also his wife, Tainita, she's a high jumper. She's going to the Olympics in Tokyo. And his best friend, Jordan Andrade, who we featured last night,
right?
He's going to be representing Cape Verde at Tokyo. So apparently hang out with Roderick and good things are going to happen.
Yeah, good for the Broncos. And as I mentioned while that was running, you think about all the high jumpers that came before him, like Jake Jacoby and Troy Kemp. It was kind of high jump U at Boise State.
Yeah, and the legacy is strong. By the way, the Paralympics, August 24th. Through September 5th, and you can watch a lot of that coverage right here on Idaho's News Channel 7.
That is fantastic. Opening ceremonies, again, Hard to believe. 2 weeks from tomorrow night.
Crazy.
All right, we're back with something that if you don't have your weekend schedule all filled, you're going to want to put down on you and your family's calendar next.